I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why women constantly change their minds. Well, women are emotional beings, and they focus on what they're feeling in the moment, and they also focus on what you're doing in the moment. That's an important thing to understand about women. And I've got an email here from a viewer who basically, he and this girl that he's going to college with, I think they're PhD students or something like that. She has a boyfriend. So he didn't think anything of it, but they were spending a lot of time together just for studying purposes. And obviously they started to develop an emotional connection. And obviously there were feelings developed between the two of them and a very strong bond. And she was talking about leaving her boyfriend. And then she goes off to a trip to Europe. And then when she comes back, she's all lovey-dovey with her boyfriend and says, I want to give it a shot with my boyfriend to see if it'll work out. And he says, well, hey, give me a call if it doesn't work out. And so let's pick up and see what has happened since then. He says, Dear Corey, since my last email, I returned to the university, and 3 weeks ago, I saw her in lectures, but she was stuck to her boyfriend like shit to a blanket. It's a good analogy. I didn't approach her as I was moving on. Well, good for you. That's the only thing you could have done in that situation. He says, however, a week ago I received a text from her saying she wanted to see me and she had not been honest when we last spoke. She followed this with, please ignore this message, moment of weakness. So she sends this text, and then a little while later she sends another text, oh, just ignore that one. So this is a girl that's obviously going back and forth in her mind, and she's having a hard time making a decision. And so when you have a woman that's in that position, you have to stick to what you say you want. Because if you say one thing and then the girl gets you to cave or to give in, then she's going to be like that. She's going to be wishy-washy and she's going to go back and forth because she doesn't trust your masculine core, because you're basically sending her mixed signals. You're saying one thing, but you're doing another. And so he says, I ignored it, and then 2 days later she messaged me again saying that she didn't mean for me to ignore her message and wanted to meet. I replied that I would be free at the end of the week. She agreed, but as the wait was too long, she messaged me the following. I hate that we don't speak. I found my soulmate and you've died. I feel like I had to tell you I had no feelings for you in order for you to not think such things and not disrespect my boyfriend. The truth is I have feelings for you. Without you, I feel like someone has cut out part of my heart. I think about you all the time. I dream about you every night and I miss you so much it makes me sick. My situation hasn't changed, so I feel like a bitch. And he says, I think the situation referred to is her relationship. He says, she says, I'll never speak to you again, and I wanted you to know this. I told her I'd talk about this when I'd see her. And where you're making a mistake is she's still with her boyfriend. But now you're agreeing to see her, because what you originally told her is like, hey, if it doesn't work out, give me a call. And you should have stuck to your guns, but now you've caved, and in a moment of weakness, now you're agreeing to meet her. Why? Because you like her and you want her and you obviously been thinking about her. But now that she's texting you and telling you all this stuff, what I would have said is like, that's really wonderful and I really appreciate that you say that. But at the end of the day, you're with your boyfriend. And like I said before, I'm not interested in getting in between you and your boyfriend and involved in some kind of drama. So if you really mean what you say, leave your boyfriend. And once you're out of that relationship, and if you still want to see me, give me a call, because I'd love to get together. But I'm not getting involved with you because you're in a relationship with somebody else. And that's what you should have said. And so that's where you fucked up. He says, when I met her, she was cold and distant and told me to forget the message as it wasn't going to change things with her boyfriend. She denied most of the content and stated, in other words, of her text, and stated that how she felt in the past, but it's not how she felt right now, despite writing it in the present tense. She downplayed everything. Yeah, because in that moment, she was having doubts because she was doubting your masculine core, because you originally said, give me a call if it doesn't work out, and I'm moving on, and I don't want to get involved. And now she clearly tells you, hey, I'm still with my boyfriend, and then you're going, okay, well, let's meet. So now you've gone against your word. You've gone against what you've told her. And so she's not trusting your masculine core, and that's causing her to feel wishy-washy about you. That's why she's hot. Now all of a sudden she's cold on you. He says, I was confused at why she felt the need to message me at all and call her soulmate if she decided I wasn't an option for her. She then said her life was good and she didn't want to change things. I said to her that I had walked away from her when she told me this before, and that it was her request to meet up now. The thing is, you didn't stick to your guns, so you're the one that fucked this up, dude. He says, I challenged her as to why she had sent such a profound message if she was working on a relationship. She said the message was a mistake. It's not that it was a mistake. She was simply expressing what she felt in that particular moment. But moments later, a few days later, a few hours later, whatever it was, she felt differently because you displayed weakness instead of strength by not sticking to what you originally told her. He says, I wished her well, and I was feeling like shit, and then we parted ways. I was confused by what had occurred. I messaged her saying that I felt she had used me for attention from the beginning. And it's like, no, it's like you just acted weak, and so that's why she acted the way she acted. She replied saying, sorry I hurt you. I just wanted you to know that you were not alone in your feelings, but I would be happy to keep you in mind as a friend. And now she's trying to put you in friend zone and getting you to go along with it. And if you were to go along with that, then she'll never leave her boyfriend with you because now you've completely gone back on your word. He says, I replied, you treated me like a stranger today, and I think that is what I would prefer to be now, as I don't trust anything you say. She called in the night saying she was upset and couldn't sleep because of the situation. She then said, I told you I had no feelings for you when I explained I was working out things with my boyfriend after the Portugal trip. I became angry with him because she never said this, but I had respected her wish to remain with him at the time. And so what she was doing was she was testing you. She was testing the waters. She was testing to see if you're stronger than the man that she's with. And if you stick to your guns and you stick to what you originally told her a couple of months ago, eventually she probably would have left the relationship and then said, I'm available. And as long as you stuck to your guns saying, I'm not getting involved as long as you're with that dude, I'm serious about that. And when she sees it, she can't get you to cave or bend to what you said, or she can't get you to be incongruent with your words, then eventually she'll leave him, and then she'll tell you that she's completely free, and then you can get together and live happily ever after, or whatever's going to happen for however long it's going to happen with her. He said it was also went against her need to contact me in the content of her soulmate message, and I told her I feel like I didn't know her anymore and that I wasn't interested in friendship either. Well, good for you for at least saying that. She then apologized for sending me the message and pleaded for friendship. And here again, she's trying to get you to cave, which it's a test. It's a test of your strength. It's a test to see if you really have the balls to say what you mean and mean what you say. He says, I accepted her apology to get her off my back. I told her she should just focus on her relationship and not ever bother me again. Good for you. That's all you could say. Corey, I'm confused and angry. I don't know what she wanted. I feel completely game played and feel my entire time with her was a lie. No, it wasn't. You got to understand, women are emotional beings, and she tested you, and she got you to cave, and then that's why she backed up. He says, I was touched by her message, but the actions that followed suggest it was all bullshit. Do you have any ideas of what happened here? Yeah, you simply displayed a momentary moment of weakness because you weren't emotionally strong. And when you tell a woman something, you got to stick to it. You don't go and chase her after you tell her that you're walking away. And so if she reaches out to you from this point forward, you still got to stick to your guns. Just say, hey, you're in a relationship, work it out with him. If it doesn't work out, give me a call. I'd love to see you. And that's all you got to say. And every time she reaches out to you, she'll probably test you, and you got to stick to your guns. Just say, I was very clear, and you're trying to get me to go against what I want. It's like, I'm not getting involved with you when you have a boyfriend. My life's a drama-free zone, and I have no interest in it. So if you're ever single, and you're no longer with him, and you're officially broken up and done with him, you're not, I think you said this, she was living with him or something like that, or she's very close with him or whatever. But she needs to resolve that situation before she gets in contact with you. And as long as you're always clear about that, one of two things will happen. She'll either get rid of her boyfriend and then give you a call, or you'll never hear from her again. In either way, you'll either get her, or you'll be able to move on with somebody else. So if you have a question you want to ask me, or is a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges, and you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way is to go to my website and book a paid phone coaching session by just clicking the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and underneath the email sign-up box is a box that has a link to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your Android device, your smartphone, iPad, Mac, or PC. It takes a matter of seconds to download and install it, and only a few more seconds after that to complete the purchase of my book. You'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.